This prisoner has a strange habit. Every time he goes out for his yard break, he gets close to the guards, secretly studying the keys hanging from their waist. Then, when he gets back to his cell, he carefully sketches the outline of the keys. Not only that, but every night at 3 a.m., he lights a match and closely examines the lock in his cell door. Then, he rips off a piece of paper, gently places it over the lock, and quickly traces its outline. Soon enough, he has the exact shape. He then rolls up the paper, carefully slides it into the lock, and presses down with a pencil to measure the depth. That's how Pat figured out how deep the lock went. But now, he faces a problem: what material to use to make the key. The next day, he takes a chance and tells his cellmate while they're in the shower. His cellmate thinks of a dangerous plan, but for the sake of freedom, Pat decides to take the risk. So, while working in the woodshop, Pat secretly grabs a few sturdy wood strips when the guards aren't looking. He hides them in his thermos. However, on his way out, something goes wrong. He gets too nervous, and one of the guards notices him. The guard grabs Pat's thermos and pours it out into the sink. To his surprise, it only has tea in it. After checking it out, the guard finds nothing unusual, and with a sigh, he lets Pat go. But this small mistake will end up becoming a major flaw in the prison's security. Back in his cell, Pat pours the wood out of his thermos. The reason he managed to avoid the search is because he had a plan all along. When the guard came in, his cellmate deliberately knocked over a box of nails, creating enough of a distraction to buy Pat some time. Pat used that moment to stuff a towel into his thermos, which helped him dodge the search. Once everything was safe, Pat started comparing his sketches to the lock, carefully crafting the key. After a lot of filing and smoothing, he finally made a wooden key. Then, feeling tense, Pat approached the door, slid the key into the lock, and with a crisp click, the iron door opened. Pat couldn't help but grin, but before he could get too excited, he realized there was still another steel door blocking his way.